everyone, James Baek here, and it's time for some more VGC 2015 battles from the Doubles Battle Spot Ladder. Today's team will be the same team as before with Kafagrigus, Camerupt, Gastrodon, Amoonguss, Hariyama, and Escavalier. So, I did make a change to this team. I changed Amoonguss' item to a Rocky Helmet instead of that Lumberry, just to help me with the Kangas guys who keep faking it out my Amoonguss, and I think Rocky Helmet might have saved me in the last game. But anyway, we're going to find two battles and see how we do. Our first opponent of the day will actually be a rematch from the last episode. Jeez. We're going to see the same team. We got Suicune, Blaziken, Thundurus, Cresselia, Mamoswine, and of course Ferrothorn. So, we actually did face this guy in the last episode. And we do know that that's a Mega Blaziken with low kick. That did so much to my Camerupt, I'm going to have to conserve. But that Suicune was a really annoying Pokemon to deal with, as I remember. So yeah, Escavalier was definitely a big help, and I'm going to bring it again. I'm wondering if Gastrodon's needed, but Gastrodon does pretty well here. I think I'm going to leave Kafagrigus and Hariyama. And let's see, I definitely want Escavalier in the back. Escavalier helped me out so much, and Camerupt beats this team really well. The problem is I kind of want to bring Gastrodon, but at the same time I kind of don't want to. Just because I'm pretty sure my opponent will find a way to counter Gastrodon better. So, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to bring Hariyama to this game because I'm expecting Ferrothorn to come in this battle, maybe as a lead, because it's his only real way to counter the Gastrodon. But we'll see how it goes. Gonna lead Kafagrigus and Hariyama versus my opponent's Thundurus and Cresselia. Interesting lead by my opponent, but I am absolutely fine with this, because right now I can actually set up the Trick Room for free. And unless his Cresselia is carrying Trick Room, which I highly doubt. And I'm going to switch on to Escavalier because Escavalier does a lot of damage to my opponent's Pokemon. And it's most likely going to be a Psychic type move onto Hariyama and a Thunder Wave, well not Thunder Wave, Taunt onto Kafagrigus. He can also go for a support move with Cresselia, however I highly doubt it's carrying Trick Room. So we'll see how this goes, but hopefully I should be able to get out of Escavalier for free. His Pokemon can't really touch Escavalier unless he's carrying like Hand Power Fire. The Thundurus is like a 3-hit KO with Thunderbolt. My opponent deciding really hard what to do. Gonna withdraw my Hariyama, of course. Go into my Escavalier, and let's see what my opponent will do. As we see the Thunderbolt straight to Kafagrigus, looks like he's trying to get rid of Kafagrigus as soon as possible. And Cresselia using Double Team. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen. However, I do have my Mental Herb with Kafagrigus, which is always good. I'm gonna switch out my Kafagrigus into Camerupt to take any possible Thunderbolts. And oh no, he didn't have much to switch into Megahorn, but I doubt he kind of wants to switch out Cresselia now, because it has a double team up, and I do not want to deal with double team. Evasion is already annoying, especially with Minimize. Double team, I'm not dealing my time with he is. He's going to go for the Taunt onto the Kafagrigus slot, which I'm perfectly fine with, as Megahorn will connect with the Cresselia, and that will knock it out. Yes, it will pick up the knockout. With a critical hit, we reveal Rocky Helmet Cresselia, but I kind of doubt the crit mattered unless I got a really low damage roll. So Cresselia is out of the way, which is really nice. That means I don't have to worry about any double team shenanigans, and the Thundurus really can't do much except Thunderbolt. It's going to bring out Suicune here, which I'm totally fine with, as I can double target the Suicune, who I doubt has Protect, with an Earth Power Megahorn combo, and this probably will knock it out, as the Megahorn did a lot of damage the last battle, and Earth Power is a stab sheer force. So as long as I connect Megahorn here, I should be good. But we'll see. Megahorn does connect with the Suicune. It did have Citrus Berry last time. That did less than I thought, actually, as I get an Earth Power off onto the Suicune, which is going to pick up the knockout, thankfully. So I got rid of the Suicune, and now Camerupt is really able to wreck this team, as we see the Thunderbolt into the Escavalier slot, which I'm fine with. However, he gets the paralysis, which is good and bad for me. Good because I'm in Trick Room, but it's bad because, number one, I'm already the fastest thing on the field. But my opponent's going to reveal Feralthorn's last Pokemon, and I'm very fine with this. None of his Pokemon can touch camera for damage, so I pretty much win this. I just have to knock out the Escavalier, and even Hariyama can deal with the Feralthorn just fine, so I'm in a really good position, as his Feralthorn is going to protect. Understandable, stalling out the Trick Room turns. As I do get a Mega Horn off onto the Thunderous, which is going to do a lot of damage, even though it's resisted. Going to prop the Citrus Berry, which I'm fine with. As Heat Wave might actually be able to knock out the Thunderous, if I remember, it did a lot of damage in the last game. As I do get the Heat Wave off, and this should knock out the Thunderous. Yes, it will knock out the Thunderous, and that will be the game, because Feralthorn cannot beat Hariyama and Mega Camera Up. So I'm just going to Heat Wave here, and I'm going to switch out my Feralthorn, go into Hariyama, just because I'd rather end this game quickly in case I miss a Heat Wave, but I pretty much have this game guaranteed. As Hariyama's going to come out here, and I'm going to be slower in Trick Room and get the Heat Wave off, and that will knock out the Feralthorn, and that will be the first game. So, a nice rematch. It was basically a best of 3 set where we actually faced this guy twice in a row. We faced him in the second battle of the last episode. And yeah, that was definitely interesting. I really think actually not bringing Gastrodon was the right call. Hariyama, even though it didn't do much, I knew he would probably bring Feralthorn, and if I lost my camera up early, I could have just brought in Hariyama and start sweeping with close combat. So yeah, I definitely feel like I played that well. Double Team Cresselia, I really want to recommend Double Team in the metagame. If you're going to have to use Evasion, which I really advise you don't, use Minimize, but Double Team, that's such an annoying move. We're going to find a second battle and see how we do. Our second opponent today will be 1799 Toby from the United States, New York. And we will see a... This is actually kind of interesting. You see Bisharp, Tyranitar, Kangaskhan, Talonflame, Garchomp, and Gastrodon. So, the interesting part about this team is it has 3 fighting-type weaknesses, and you can see that you have 2 Pokemon 4 times weak to fighting, Bisharp and the Tyranitar. And he only has 1 flying type resistance, so Hariyama gonna be a pretty strong Pokemon in the situation. Wondering what my opponent will be leading. Probably Kangaskhan and Bisharp, I would assume. And if that's the case, I kind of want to lead Hariyama. Only problem is that Talonflame might lead. I'm just hoping this is a Sandvale Garchomp, because it's possible, since he could be running a Sand Team, to be honest. It also could be a Mega Garchomp, too, because Talonflame with Tailwind, you got the Tyranitar with Sand Force. So, it will definitely be interesting. I wonder what he will have, what kind of tricks he will have up his sleeve. But I know that Cofagrigus and Hariyama should be a lead, no doubt, and Camerupt and Amoonguss in the back. Only reason I'm bringing Amoonguss is because of Gastrodon, and right here, I don't know. Amoonguss should be slower than Gastrodon, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because Gastrodon actually has, it's decent speed, but yeah, I'm wondering if I should bring Escavalier here, but that Talonflame's really scaring me. The Tyranitar with a possible fire type attack, and the fact that even though my Escavalier does a lot of damage to his team, it doesn't really get knockouts, it just gets heavy damage off, and Amoonguss offers me the Giga Drain. Camera can knock out a bunch of Pokemon in 1 hit. So we're going to see Tyranitar and Talonflame lead. Interesting, because I'm going to lead my Hariyama and Cofagrigus, which I'm fine with. This is a bit problematic for me, as you can see the priority Brave Bird will be annoying to deal with. As I think I'm going to sub the Trick Room right away, and I think I'm going to fake out the Talonflame. Do I want to fake out the Talonflame? I sort of do, yeah. Because, Talonflame goes for the Protect. Smart play by my opponent, going for the Protect. I doubt he went for a double Protect, as he's going to go for the Crunch onto my Cofagrigus, which I'm fine with. As that's going to get a critical hit, but change to Mummy, which really doesn't matter unless I close combat that Tyranitar slot. I do get the Trick Room off, which is nice. Maybe I should have brought a better counter to Talonflame, as I probably should have brought Gastrodon, to be honest. That might be a mistake, however... Right here, I think he's going to Brave Bird, and I probably would assume Rock Slide, so I'm going to disable the Talonflame and let my Cofagrigus die here. Because if I disable the Brave Bird, I'd be in a really good spot right now, because Cofagrigus would be knocked out here this turn pretty much, and the fact that if that happens, I can bring out Hariyama next turn and don't have to worry about priority Brave Birds. And if he Brave Birds my Cofagrigus slot, he gets the Mummy ability, which means he won't have priority anymore, so I'm fine with that. Camerup's going to come out. It's actually going to withdraw Tyranitar, which makes me assume he targeted the Camerup slot. As we see the Gastrodon come out, Brave Bird going to connect, probably with Cofagrigus, just trying to get rid of it. Yep, going to target Cofagrigus, but again, I'm fine with because I get the Mummy off, which is really nice. As Cofagrigus will go down here, but as I said, I am fine with losing Cofagrigus right now. And we reveal Life Orb Talonflame, which I'm fine with. Talonflame going to take a bit of sand damage, and now I can pretty much send out Amoonguss. And right here I can... I don't know if this Gastrodon carries Protect. I doubt it would though, so I'm going to Spore the Gastrodon and just go for the Heat Wave. I'm really doubting. Smart play by my opponent would be to switch out Talonflame, obviously. However, I don't know what he has in the back. If it's King, well, he's not going to switch out Talonflame, which is fine by me. He might actually go for a double Protect to stall out the Trick Room. That's also possible. I'm wondering. Gastrodon reveals Protect. Okay, so I did not call that right, unfortunately. I'm so used to seeing non-Protect Gastrodon with Recover, Earth Power, Ice Beam, Muddy Water, and Talonflame avoids the Heat Wave, which makes it even worse for me. As Brave Bird's going to connect with the Camerupt. I don't agree with that play by my opponent. I mean, sure, the Amoonguss was the threat, though. Because now I can save the Giga Drain and Heat Wave, and that will knock out both these Pokemon. So that might have been a misplay by my opponent. I kind of wish the Heat Wave connected with the Talonflame, just so I didn't have to worry about the Talonflame this turn. Especially leads to countering Trick Room, as Gastrodon's actually going to switch out into Bisharp. Okay, that's a play that I'm fine with. Oh, he's going to double switch, which makes sense. So we see all four of my opponent's Pokemon, and that allows him to get a priority Brave Bird off, which is really nice for him. I'm going to get the Heat Wave. Tyranitar avoids the attack, which is unfortunate because Heat Wave would have done some decent amount. I do get to knock out the Bisharp though with the double target. We see the Focus Sash as I get the Giga Drain off onto the Bisharp, which I'm absolutely fine with. As Bisharp's gonna faint, and now it's sand damage. I have one turn of Trick Room left, which is a problem because he can just double protect you to stall it out. To be honest, he probably assumes that I would... Expecting to double protect, I'm going to switch out Amoonguss into Hariyama and Earth Power the Camerupt slot. I mean, the Tyranitar slot. Reason is he knows he has to get rid of Amoonguss, or Amoonguss is going to annoy him throughout the rest of the game. He's probably going to double protect just to stall out the Trick Room. However, so I'm fine with that. He might not protect with Tyranitar, and if he Brave Birds into the Hariyama slot, I'm fine with that because he'll knock himself out due to recoil. So I think this is the safest play I can do, switch out to Hariyama. As we see Talonflame just go straight for the Brave Bird, I'm wondering if it's onto the Camerupt slot. Now onto the Hariyama slot, which I'm fine with, as Talonflame should knock itself out due to recoil, and Earth Power will do a lot to this Tyranitar. This Talonflame is going to knock itself out due to the recoil. And I do get a Life Orb Sheer Force boosted Earth Power, which probably won't kill because Tyranitar is in the sand, but... Oh, barely lives! Barely lives! Oh, man! if that heat wave had connected earlier in the game, I would have actually been able to win this no problem. But now it's actually quite a problem since, obviously the Trick Room's over. He has 2 Pokemon that probably has moves to hit the Mungus effectively. I'm at full HP though, and I am quite specially defensive, as well as some physical bulk. I'm going to protect here just to scout out who wants to protect. If it's the Gastrodon or the Tyranitar, but Gastrodon's going to protect, which I'm fine with, as I'm going to protect my Amoonguss here, just to stall out the Gastrodon's protect so I can Giga Drain it for free next turn. We see the Rock Star from Tyranitar, who's just going for flinches at this rate. Going to Giga Drain the Gastrodon slot. And as long as I don't flinch here, or get critted, I should be able to win this game. However, my opponent definitely has the upper advantage. He's going to Ice Beam and Rock Slide, which does a really good amount to my Amoonguss, and Amoonguss gets the Giga Drain off onto the Gastrodon. And that's going to do a lot of damage, however, I thought that would have done more, to be honest. As we see the leftovers from the Gastrodon. Right here, I think I'm going to protect Amoonguss. Yeah, just protect Amoonguss again. Maybe a better play would have just been to Spore the Tyranitar slot, but going to protect here, as we see the Rock Slide and the Ice Beam again. So my opponent's probably going to try to knock out this Amoonguss. Question is, does he protect Gastrodon this turn, or does he go for the Ice Beam? This will probably decide the game, but I have to rely on Gastrodon going for the protect this turn. As it does, perfect. That's the call I need to make in order to get back into this game. As Rock Slide's going to connect with my Amoonguss. If it flinches me, it's game over. And it flinches me. Yeah, but that was a really close game, to be honest. If I had hit the Heat Wave onto the Talonflame or the Tyranitar with my camera up, I actually would have been able to win this game, since Tyranitar wouldn't have been able to live. His Talonflame would have been around to knock out my Hariyama, and it would have been just an easy win from there. But unfortunately, there was luck, and of course, that always happens in VGC, so I'm fine with it. I mean, you're always going to have a few bumps in the road. There's no straight path, and of course, what would be the fun of winning without any challenges? So, yeah, definitely, I'm going to take that loss, unfortunately, and that's going to drop my rating to like 20. That's going to drop my rating like 25 points, since I'm like 1880 right now. But I guess that's fine. I mean, it's kind of why I don't like Heat Wave, but Heat Wave is pretty much the best fire type move that you can use on a Pokemon that does really well with it. Pokemon like regular Life Orb Blaziken prefer moves like Overheat or Fire Blast. And Heat Wave is probably the most accurate move I can get with Mega Camera. I'm not going to use Flamethrower for obvious reasons. And I hope you guys enjoyed that VGC episode today. Be sure to give it a like if you guys did. And I actually made a blog. And this blog will be in the link in the description down below. It's a new feature that's coming to my channel. The blog so far, the idea is to feature all my VGC teams that I've used in on VGC. My VGC episodes. You guys can check them out. You guys wanted to know what EV spreads I have? Check out my blog. I did post the Megalopony team that I used in episodes 14 to 18 on there just today, so you guys can check that out. And there'll be a bunch more team reports on that blog coming out soon. I won't be posting every team on VGC episodes, and I might keep some spreads hidden just because I might be testing out stuff out for regionals and stuff. But if you guys did enjoy, be sure to give a like. Feel free to comment down below. Any suggestions really does help. Follow me on my social medias, Twitter and Twitch. I will be trying to live stream soon as I can get a few days of rest. So yeah, definitely check me out on those. Check out the rest of my videos, and check out my other series such as Kid Icarus Uprising, and I'll see you guys next time.